Welcome to the Node.js release working group meeting on the 1st of July 2021. And we will work through the agenda, which is in issue 681, but realize it's not been populated. So we're working through everything with the label release agenda, which is the release schedules plus the release keys discussion. But first, are there any announcements anyone would like to make today?
Just to update that we are.
I guess it's worth mentioning there are security releases due out, so keep an eye out for those and upgrade when you can. And if not, I will start sharing my screen and we can quickly skim through the schedules before we move on to the other discussions. So for Node 16, we're actually not got any volunteers from July onwards. I should be able to pick up one of these in July, and potentially one over August too. I guess just to call out the ask for volunteers and
I can
ask
pick
people
up
to sign
one
up
of
if
these.
they have availability. And if not, we will have to adjust the schedule accordingly. Okay, there's probably not much more to discuss other than the call for volunteers. For Node 14, where are we with that one? Okay, so we're hoping to get a patch release out.
Yeah, and for this one, I guess
July timeframe.
Okay.
So I guess we're looking towards the end of July for that, with no volunteers
can you hear us?
as yet.
Beth? I wonder if you can't hear us.
Does anyone know if there's much on the staging branch? Someone's just messaged, can't you hear us?
Beth, can you hear us?
No.
I'm guessing she can't hear us.
Yes, now I can. Now I can. I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry if I was speaking over everyone. Shall I go back to Node 16 schedule?
No, for Node 16, I just said that I can pick up one of the releases in July.
Ah, perfect. Thank you. Awesome. I can probably do another.
For 14, I think we should quickly, after the security release, start working on the next patch. We should fix the issues with ICU.
Yeah, I can probably do the patch in July.
Okay, sounds good. I guess that's so it gives enough time to start working on the minor afterwards, which will be slightly larger, right?
Yes.
Yep, that sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
There wasn't much on the staging branch when I looked about 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so it might be worth a skim through LTS Watch or open issues as well.
Yeah, we haven't landed the ICU patch yet, so there's at least that.
Yeah, and there's a pull request for a V8 patch as well.
Okay.
We need to look at. We have an issue at the moment with the V8 CI and the version of GN that we're using on some of the platforms. So that's something I need to look at from a sort of build release perspective. So that will either be a backport to the LTS branches, so that's 14 and 12, to patch the V8 build scripts to work with the newer GN, or I'm going to have to do something on the build side to use an older GN for the LTS branches and the newer GN for sort of current, because there's been an incompatible change in some version of GN somewhere in the middle, and we can't. The old versions are not new enough to build V8 9.2, so that PR we updated GN for, but the new GN doesn't build the LTS the version of V8 in the LTS releases at the moment. So it's something we're aware of, and I'll look at that too.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so far we're looking at July release, patch release for 14. Sounds good.
Yep.
And 12.
I'm down for a patch release, so I'll do that after the after this security release.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
remember.
don't really have a fixed time frame, so it might be near the end of July. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. You started working on that one, didn't you?
I did,
yeah.
but I mean, it's not. There's not going to be much. No.
Yeah.
It's just we haven't really done one since since sort of March, April. So it's not desperate that we need one, but there is a couple of things that probably could be nice to get in.
Yeah. Okay. So I might edit this while we're here and just put like 07x. We can figure out timings. It might be nice to try and get 14 out at the same time, but don't want to add pressure.
I have to update those anyway to put the security releases in and things.
That's true. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so I can do one of the upcoming 16s because this one is quite a small one. Well, it's the security release. And then we've got 2 of those. So pretty much everything should be scheduled for July. So that's good. Now the last other item on the agenda was about the release keys. I don't know if anyone wants to summarize what's happening there.
I can summarize. So for as long as I can remember, we've been uploading our GPG signing keys that we use to sign releases to the SKS key servers network. And that is about a week ago now, I think, or maybe a bit longer than that. That's stopped working now. So they've stopped publishing DNS entries for the key server pool. So you basically cannot get to them anymore to download keys. I don't know if maybe some individual servers in the pool are available, but the pool itself doesn't return any IP addresses. So if you try and connect if you try and follow the instructions we currently have for verifying keys, the key server in that doesn't work. So there's been a couple of issues. There's one in Docker Node. There's one. Where's this one? Is this the one in Docker Node, or is this? No, this is the one in Node. Yeah. So there's been a couple of issues open because people have found it doesn't work anymore. And I think most of us have our keys in other key servers. So I think some people have posted in these issues saying they've used either the Ubuntu key server or there's another one. Is it OpenPGP?
Yeah.
There's some other, but I don't. It's a bit hard to say for certain whether all of our keys are in both of those repositories. But then I guess with the distributed key servers, it was always also not obvious if the keys had propagated to all the servers in the pool. So we've had a long-standing issue to actually put our keys into a repository. So there is a new repository that's been set up, release keys under the Node.js org. And we've finally managed to go through the steps and transfer that into the organization. We're going through the process of trying to update the keys on that. But that's not quite ready yet. So this is basically the status we're in, is that the current instructions don't work. You may be able to get keys from other key servers, and the eventual replacement will be this new repository we're setting up, but that's not quite ready at this moment in time. So this is kind of unfortunate given the security releases are coming out today. If you already have the keys locally, they will still be, we haven't changed our keys themselves. It's just the path of getting the keys.
Yeah.
I think that's
yeah,
a little bit longer than a summary, but I think that's everything.
Yeah. There is a couple of PRs open to update what's in the release keys. I think the ask is for us to check, or at least the ones that have changed to check.
Yeah, and I think we can do that for active releases, but the keys for the previous releases that we list in the README, we're probably just going to have to take whatever's there at the moment, but they presumably haven't changed.
Yeah, shouldn't have. I know we had some problems with comparing the ASCII output and it being different. So I need to look into that a bit more. But it looks like Canterbury has added a script that we can run to just add it and then do a git commit. So I'll probably try doing that and see what happens. Is there anything more for us to add on this one, or is it just knowing that we need to get these things updated and release keys? I guess afterwards we will need to amend the verification guidance that's in the core repo, and also amend any onboarding type guidance to make sure it instructs to use this repository.
Yeah. Yes.
I believe we're in agreement. That's what we want to do, though. Well, we are doing. We're moving to this, I guess.
Yeah.
We can always also, if we decide to, we can also probably from this repo push keys to other key servers if that's something we feel down the line we want to continue doing.
That's true. Like something.
I sort of, at least I feel that having something like this that's under our control would make things a lot simpler from our point of view, especially for onboarding and things.
Yeah, the number of times I've had to upload my key and just wait for 2 days to see if it worked, and it didn't work, kind of things. So yeah, having something a bit more.
So I guess the only other question is access on this repo. So I guess the plan will be to give the releases access to this, as in admin access.
Yes, but I guess we'd also like to preserve Canterbury's access to, as the person kind of leading.
At least when we're getting it set up.
Yeah.
Probably eventually we might might revoke it, but yeah, I mean, I think at the moment, I think it's you and Canterbury that have admin access.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was just us. I can add the release working group after this call, at least, or releasers.
Releasers, yeah.
I think releases would be the better group to.
Yep, I'll add after that so that we can all review and merge and land. Okay.
But yeah, insofar as anyone's watching the recording or watching live, yeah, sorry about the keys. We're trying to fix it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll just keep track of that work and see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it all should be working soon. Okay, are there any other topics anyone wants to add on to the agenda or talk about? Any issues? No, if not, then we'll end the call early and speak to you all later. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thank you.